Hey guys, and welcome back to Pokémon FireRed. I did the promised... wrong button. I did the promised leveling. My Dratini is now level 29. The reason it's 29 is because at level 30 it'll evolve. So I've pushed it almost to level 30. One or two encounters should be plenty. Sadly, this is a frustrating Pokémon to level up, because it takes a fairly long time before it's actually powerful. So for now it doesn't really do much. And it doesn't really learn any good moves very quickly. It only learned Slam at the very last level up. So when it reached level 29, and it does have Twister, which is a sort of low power dragon type move that can make the enemy flinch. But yeah, it's not the easiest of Pokemon to level. But hey, it's now evolving, and I'll push it a few more levels up, probably 2 or 3, using rare candy, and then I'll just go on with the game. But now it's already evolved, so that'll obviously help make it a little more powerful. So it's evolved from Dratini into Dragonair. Still a dragon type. It's, as I said, currently not the strongest of Pokemon, but it'll get there. And it has shed skin, which means any kind of status affliction, like being poisoned or paralyzed or sleeping. Not sure if it affects sleeping, but anyway, at least most status afflictions or effects can be just randomly removed using that shed skin ability, and it triggers quite often. So stuff like paralyzation or being poisoned, they often only last 1 or 2 turns, so it's quite useful. I guess level 32 is fine. So we've basically learned that the gambling place, what's it called? I don't know, this place. The Game Corner, which by the way is called Rocket Game Corner, but it's only a rumor that it's run by Team Rocket, which is, I don't know. Anyway, that looks just about fine. Pidgeotto can go here. Golem's about to be replaced as well. But he's going to stay with us for this episode, I guess. I'm guarding this poster. Go away or else. I think we might already be able to challenge this gym, actually, and considering that my Charizard is level 36 and knows Flamethrower, we probably would succeed as well. Well, that worked. But I'm not too concerned about that yet. I'd rather do some other stuff first and then deal with the gym later. It's not going anywhere. And I don't currently feel like I need the experience to be able to tackle upcoming areas. Okay, so he was guarding the poster, which was totally not suspicious. And then he disappears. And there's a secret button behind the poster, leading to the Rocket Hideout. Oh, we can sprint in here. Nice. And so I'll just fight my way through this place. I think the first thing we want to do is get the lift key, which don't think it's that easy to get, but yep. So at least Slam is quite a powerful attack. It should be able to deal with these level 20, 21 Pokemon reasonably well. But yeah, don't expect miracles out of Dragonair just yet. It's gonna take a while before it becomes really awesome. At level 50 it evolves again, and that's when it's That's when it hits its stride, when it becomes really useful. Not much up here. We can fight this guy. We don't actually kill anyone. There's no death in this game, except for the mysterious death of Pokemon, which we never directly observe. It's just we know it happens because we get the Pokemon Tower where there's graves. So Pokemon can apparently die, it's just no one quite knows how. Okay, so I'm one-hitting these guys. That's actually quite good. It's a nice way to gain some experience. But as I continue to gain levels, the Meowth trick, which means getting rare candies from them, is going to become more and more vital to my leveling technique. I don't lose out on stats, as I've explained. I actually do not lose out on stats, and I'm not currently playing in a way that would be in any way min-maxing my stats. You can do that. I've done that once on one Pokemon, I guess just to see if I could do it. It takes a long time, and you end up having a fairly minor boost to your stats. But what you can do is, I think I was doing it to a... what's it called? I know it's Milotic in German, but I'm not sure if that's the English name, but it's a kind of water Pokemon. It evolves from a certain fairly ugly fish once the fish has reached a certain amount of beauty, which is, you can give it more beauty by feeding it Pokebars or something. I think that was in Sapphire and Ruby. I don't know. Anyway, it was fairly difficult to catch, and then... wow, missing like a boss. Yeah, difficult to catch, but once you'd found it, you'd then have to evolve it, which meant giving it lots of this beauty stat, and then the next time it leveled up, it would evolve into its beautiful form, which is quite powerful. Anyway, the point is, you could have it at its fully evolved form at level 6, which means it would get a lot of level ups in its evolved form, which would mean better stat growth. So what I did is, I caught the base fish and I started breeding it and hatching eggs and waiting for eggs that had good sort of base stats. So like the base values would be good, so it started out with good stats. And then I did that for a fairly long time because I wanted a really good Pokemon. So, and yeah, I was doing this on the actual console. So in order to find out if it actually had good stat growth, I had to give it a few level ups so I could be fairly sure how good the values actually were. Which meant I would hatch a bunch of these Pokemon, give them each a few level ups. I used the experience share for that to make it go quicker. And then I'm just going to the Poké Center, by the way. And then when I was confident I had one that had good stats, I basically reverted to an earlier save, because all the level ups I'd given it, I didn't want it to get. I wanted him to get those level ups in his evolved form. So then I evolved him, so bunch of Pokebars, and then giving him a rare candy, so he'd hit level 6 and evolve. And when that was done, I had to train him up. And the way it works is, as you train, depending on what Pokemon you defeat, you gain certain, they're called effort values. And those, as I said, depend on what Pokemon you actually defeat. Each Pokemon has a certain effort value attached to it, and I don't know, let's say Zubat has an effort value of 1 speed, which means each Zubat you kill, you get an effort value +1 to your speed, which is not directly added to your stats, but basically killing lots of Zubat means you will eventually get bonus to your speed. That's the basics of it. And so because I wanted it to have high, I believe, special attack for its water moves, I might be misremembering. Anyway, I wanted it to have a certain stat at very high values. I went only for Pokemon that gave that particular stat a bonus. If I go right now, I'll be moved out of here. I'm fairly sure you'll be able to work out how this puzzle works. It's not exactly complicated. Let's go here. Okay, that was pointless. Down here. Over here. Over here. And over here. And this will allow us to go here, where we could not go before. And fight a few guys. But yeah, as you can see, it's a long and arduous process. You have to get the right Pokemon from an egg, because you want it to have as many level ups with you as possible. So you want to have it at a low level, which means you basically hatch it from an egg, if possible, otherwise you're kind of screwed. And then you need to you need it with good genetic values, and then you need to make sure that you level it only at the correct Pokemon. So oh yeah, I was actually going to change Pokemon. Oh well. I don't know what I ended up wanting. I don't remember anyway. There was one specific Pokemon that I wanted to fight to get these effort values, so I fought a lot of them. Some sort of medium level Pokemon, I don't remember which one it was. Anyway, did that for a long time until I was certain the effort value was kind of maxed out. And only then was I free to actually use the Pokemon in sort of the way I wanted. And in the end, it was barely more powerful than one that I just caught and normally leveled up. And even given some rare candies too. It didn't make that much of a difference. I believe it's what you have to do to sort of play competitive high-end PvP Pokemon, which, why would you do that unless you're completely brain dead? But apparently people do. I really don't get it. Hello, you. Intruder alert. Yeah, this whole like PvP Pokemon thing is apparently really competitive, and people get really upset about it. And it's very serious. Like, it's not a game. This is like very serious esports here. So yeah. I mean, at the time, I'd sort of read an article on, you know, how to breed the perfect Pokemon, and I felt like, meh, you could do this. And once I'd started, I didn't want to stop, just because I didn't want to give up, basically, but I got bored of it fairly quickly. But yeah. Just in case you're thinking about joining the professional Pokemon players, don't. It's dumb. I always found that Pokemon, the way I play it now, it's kind of the preferred way. You kind of decide which Pokemon you like and you level those up. And I mean, I already play a little more excessively than might be quote-unquote normal. So I might overdo it with the leveling, for example, but I think I still have it under control. But I find that going far beyond this point is just a bit ridiculous, and it just becomes a sort of just an arduous task for not much more reward. It makes sense picking Pokemon that are strong, and it might make sense possibly to reroll a few times if you get like a really bad nature. As you can see here, for example, this Golem is modest. I don't know if that's good or bad, I really don't remember that stuff, but let's just say it's really, really bad. Then maybe you might... I don't have the elevator key, so I can't use it yet. Right? Can I? Nope, cannot. I can enter it, I cannot use it. So we have to go down one level further. Yeah. Choose Pokemon that are strong. Maybe go for one that has a good nature for you. But anything much beyond that seems a little pointless. I mean, it might be relevant for speedruns, for example, where you need, I don't know, say you need your speed value to be higher than 12 by the time you hit level 7 or whatever. And again, there it's relevant. But just for generic playing, really doesn't matter that much. If your Pokemon's currently too weak, level it up a few more levels and you'll be fine. Which isn't an option if you're doing sort of level 100 PvP stuff, and it's not an option if you're doing a speedrun, of course, but I'm guessing those are very specialized areas, at least, which, I don't know. They're not necessarily my cup of tea, but I didn't mean to sound like that was completely ridiculous. It's just something that I don't like and I don't see the point in, but of course, some people like it. Frustration, by the way, is the move that gets stronger if your Pokemon dislikes you, I believe. Let's go here and get this item. Oh, a rare candy. Nice. They're not that rare to me, at least, because I get them from the farming. But that obviously doesn't mean that I don't enjoy finding them still. Where does this take me? Okay, I misinterpreted that. Let's go here. Yeah, I don't know why I misinterpreted that, but let's just go with it. You could avoid this trainer, by the way. When I was young, for some reason I thought you couldn't avoid him. Well, younger. I was at an age where I could have easily seen that it's possible, but I don't know, something told me it could be done. No idea why. Okay, you focus your energy, I don't care. I'm just going to punch you again, or tackle you. Drowsy. Let's go for Gyarados. It still needs experience anyway. Yep, Bite should be super effective. Keep in mind, Drowsy is a fairly tanky Pokemon. It has quite a bit of health if I remember correctly, so that's why it didn't just die. Let's go back to Golem. Because this way I'm pretty much not concerned about being Hyperfanged. Because Hyperfang is powerful, but against Golem it's not going to do much. I should really save the game, I haven't done that in a while. Just feeling might be necessary. And yeah. Black glasses, those are the ones that improve the power of dark moves, which are pretty cool. And this is the Max Ether, okay. I was sure you get the lift key somewhere around here, but... oh yeah, this guy gives it to you, I believe. Snatch. That steals items from enemies? I'm not sure. Like the whole holding and using items thing, that's kind of where I stopped paying much attention to the games. Like the 3rd generation is the last one I played extensively. I dabbled a little bit in most of the ones that came afterwards. Well, I think Diamond and Pearl were actually the last ones I played at all, pretty much. Anything that came afterwards, the Black and White and X and Y and X and Y2, and I feel the Pokemon designs just got really, I don't know, cartoony and ridiculous, and no longer fun, so I stopped playing. The first gen is still my favorite in terms of the Pokemon, which is why I like the Fire Red and Leaf Green so much. They combine the definitely improved looks of the game and the improved gameplay of the game, of the newer games, with the cool and nostalgic Pokemon from the old games. So, like, to this day, Charmander remains my favorite starter, but playing the very first generation of games nowadays, it would just be a huge hassle. It would not be fun. So you dropped the lift key. Oh, darn. I have antidote somewhere. There we go. I now have the ability to use the lift. I should go and heal up my Pokemon first, though. Because I still have a few fights coming up. Should have stayed down there, actually. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I think I have to fight 2 more Team Rocket guys before I fight the actual quote-unquote boss. Actually, in this case, it's not really quote-unquote, it's just the boss. Which I should be able to fit into this episode. As I said, I'm not really going for a specific length here. Just kind of going for what feels right, and I really do want to just have this area kind of be done with. I couldn't get to the elevator from here, could I? No, this door won't open. Though actually, I guess in the interest of... Just go here, I guess. It'll send me there. I'm okay with being there. There we go. Okay. Let's go to the first floor first. I believe there's some somewhat hidden stuff here. Well, not really hidden, but it's a backtracking way that I think we could miss. Yeah, this will be fine. I'll magnitude it. I meant to say something, but I forgot. So, yeah. You don't have to be old to sort of have mental problems. Well, to sometimes forget what you were going to say. It happens to the best of us. Please don't poison me. Oh, of course I get poisoned. So poison moves aren't effective, but poison just has a sort of set amount of damage it does. Which I find really annoying. But it means if you poison a Pokemon, even if that Pokemon's very, very resistant to poison, you can still kill it in, I guess, the normal time it takes for a Pokemon to die from poison. And poison damage is percentage based, so how much hit points the Pokemon has doesn't actually matter. Okay. Let's see what's up here. Okay, that's the place where we couldn't go in before, but now we can. Oh, now we could. So, let's go to the basement number 4. I never quite understood why this sort of numbering schemes for any sort of floor below the ground floor. Why that's so weird, why there's no consistency there, it seems. Especially in In America, it seems like instead of going -1, -2, -3, which is the common way they do it in Germany at least, pretty much everyone does it that way in Germany. They go like B1, B2, B3 for basement 1, 2, and 3 or something, and others do it differently. Like they call it U for underground, or U and then UU for underground, and I've seen all sorts of really strange ways to label things going further down, when really we have a system for that. It's called negative numbers. Anyway, we have to fight these two guys. Let's save beforehand. Actually, I think I'll make a cut here and end the episode. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll keep recording, so it doesn't matter that I just talked to the guy. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.